Welcome to Stay at Home Dads, a podcast.
With your hosts, Drew and Justin, a place where we talk about a lot of guy stuff.
And a little bit of dad stuff too. So kick back, relax, and let's talk. All right, guys, welcome to the show. And today we have actually our very first guest, and his name is Sam Del Rio. He is what'd you call yourself? A stuntman? Somewhat of you've got an acting background. You're in some private security, I've learned. Tell us a little bit about yourself. You and Andrew are good friends, by the way. So
right. Andrew's my buddy. So I'm well, thank you first off for being the very first guest. I feel so honored to be a part of this. This is awesome. Love it. Big fan of the actual show. I subscribe. I watch the videos. So I support.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Mad love. So I am love that cup. Number one dad right there. I am a professional stuntman and actor for film and television. Based out of here in Colorado, where we're at. Been doing the entertainment industry for 26 years now.
Damn. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep. Started way back even before all that, acting in high school, that kind of stuff. Did the drama stuff. I was like, drama kid. And did my first movie in 1996 and been doing it ever since.
That's awesome, dude. That's great.
We should start out by talking about how you and I met. So basically, we are friends. We became friends through like other friends. Like our circles kind of overlapped, and then we were introduced, and it was love at first sight. We knew that right instantly that we were just like made for each other. So we started hanging out, and
I remember I have a man crush on this guy because of like the pop culture nerd we share. It's like the experience we share.
We hadn't even met each other, but people had said like, "Oh, you got to meet this guy," and like, "You got to meet him," because you like cosplay as Robin, and I cosplay as Batman. So that was just like destiny.
Right. Or Star Wars,
and
all that. Yeah,
that's a match. That's a match made in heaven, right?
Well, the two things that made me fall in love with Sam instantly was that he dressed like, or he likes Robin, and two, he has like battle lightsabers, and I'm like, I've got battle lightsabers.
That's awesome.
Do you want to go in the garage and play karate?
Yes. John Stamos.
Name the one guy you
with. Exactly. Good housekeeping. All right.
Yeah. So
how did you get started? Like in this, I'm really intrigued on this, like acting and stunting and a stuntman. I don't know what you call it, but like how did you get involved? How did you get started in that? I mean, I feel like that industry is always very hard for people to kind of break into. So give us a little backlog on like how you get into there.
Yeah. So well, first off, I've been a martial artist for years since I was like, I think I started martial arts when I was 10.
What was your first martial art you got into?
Taekwondo.
Oh,
got my second degree black belt Taekwondo. Did all the tournaments, competed, open forums, all that stuff. I'm the showman. Yeah, like I'm 100% like I want a flashy kick and all. Dude,
I love Taekwondo because it's got like the aerial kicks, like that.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
My very first experience in Taekwondo, my very first school, my very first teacher, Ernie Reyes Jr.
Shut up. Yep. Shut up. The surf ninja himself.
Donatello himself. Are you talking about
Donatello?
Mr. Electric Knight from Sidekicks back in the day? Yeah.
He can do a triple kick, a triple jump kick, which means he jumps into the air, goes like 3 kicks in one jump. It's amazing.
Yeah, him and his father, right?
That's nuts.
I joined there. It was back then. It was called West Coast Taekwondo when I was in California visiting my family out there because that's where I'm from. I'll go back every summer to visit family. So they were like, "Hey, what do you want to do?" I was like, "I want to do martial arts." And I was looking in the yellow pages, and boom, I saw his ad. I was like, "That's the one. I want that one right there." And the rest is history.
I am so jealous. You got to,
totally.
Yeah.
He's a really cool dude. I mean, he wasn't there every day. He come in once in a while. He's got a huge school chain, so it was like traveling all over the place.
Have you guys seen Surf Ninjas?
I love Surf Ninjas.
Okay, so here's the thing. It's probably like I would say it's probably an awful movie, but I loved it.
It's a total awful
There's
movie.
something about Surf Ninjas that like I watched it till the tape probably like got destroyed. I loved it so much. So yeah,
it's a totally bad movie. Anyway, started that back in the way back in the day. Did Taekwondo for years, and because of my love of martial arts and action, I was like, I want to do movies. And I always loved to act. I did acting when I was in high school, all that stuff. And I was like, I want to be an actor. I want to be an action star. Van Damme, Seagal, all those guys, my heroes, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, all those guys, Bruce Lee, my heroes growing up.
It's like we're the same person.
Right? I mean, we can almost finish the other sentences, but we won't go there. So in 1996, I joined an actual talent agent in Denver, and they put me on my very first movie. It was and it really was just a background extras kind of thing. And I did the movie in 96 called Three Ninjas. It was a series. It's a kid's series. I did the very fourth movie called High Noon at Mega Mountain. They shot it here in Denver, Elitch Gardens, which is a local theme park. And it had Hulk Hogan, Lonnie Anderson, Jim Varney in it. And I remember going on set every day and just seeing all the actions and stuff. That was my very first movie experience, right? So understanding what it's really like. And as an extra, they don't really treat you the best. I mean, you're just there for background filling. So first off, you don't really know what the movie's about. They just tell you about the scene you're going to shoot that day and how you have to act. Yeah. And so I'm like, I'm seeing all
walk
this
in the background
stuff.
Here, there, whatever.
Totally. Right. And as we're going from, point A to point B of shooting, I'm seeing all these other things going on at the same time because, as a movie production, you're filming stuff all over the place, trying to get this thing shot. And I remember it was a stunt day specifically for what they were shooting while we were going to another set. And I saw all the stunt guys just hanging out on set off to the side. I'm like, that's where I want to be. I want to be those guys right there. How do I get to that? And it's stuck in my mind ever since. Right. And I remember there was a couple guys that were dressed in like leotards. They almost look like Power Rangers. I'm like, what does that have to do with the movie? Because again, they don't tell you anything. And there were several days where I was on set with Lonnie Anderson and Jim Varney and Hulk Hogan and all this stuff. And I'm like starstruck of all this thing. And like, I this is my calling. This is what I want to do.
Oh, dude. I'm geeking out hard right now because okay,
it was amazing.
Can I just interject real fast? I didn't mean to like interrupt your flow.
Yeah, fine. Go ahead.
My brother and I were like obsessed with Three Ninjas.
I saw the first one in theaters.
It was so. I can't explain. Like it's one of those movies like Surf Ninjas where it's so bad, but like you love it as a kid.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was like one of our favorite. And
I mean, think about it. Growing up as a kid. We do martial arts and stuff. Like how much of a like fantasy did you actually really have as a kid? Like I can kick anybody's butt. And that's what they did in that movie. These little kids were kicking bad guys' butts all over the movie. I'm like, how would you not love that?
Oh yeah. Well, in my opinion, like Three Ninjas was like Home Alone meets like Ninja Turtles. And like,
it
was the two hottest freaking like franchises that were out. And like they combined them and just made like this peanut butter and jelly, like awesomeness sandwich.
Right.
And
totally. Totally.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing those stunt guys and stuff and it just stuck in my mind. I was like, that's my calling. That's what I want to do. Yeah. And then in 1997, there was a film that we shot in Colorado called Tiger Street. And I remember I wasn't with my agent anymore because that agency literally like defunct. And I was just like out without an agent. I didn't know anything about the business anymore at that point. I was like, hey, I want to do this though. And I remember seeing in the old newspapers, it was a Rocky Mountain News back in the day when it actually existed. They had an ad out there for a movie casting that said, hey, looking for actors and martial artists for a new feature film. And they showed the audition dates and times and where it was auditioning. It was actually at Red Rocks Community College in Golden, Lakewood area. And I was like, hey, I'm a martial artist. I think I can act. I'm going to go out and try out for this movie. So no agent, no nothing. Didn't really know anything more about it. But I showed up for the audition one day and I literally got in the audition. I did the lines that they told me to do. They brought me back in. It's like, hey, we want to see what your actual martial arts ability is, what your fighting styles are. We have a stunt guy here who's going to walk you through a quick fight scene. We just want to see you react, blah, blah, blah. Did all that. 2 weeks later, I got called, said I was cast in the movie. I'm on cloud nine. I did this film. I did not know until shooting that movie. I was like 19.
Oh, wow. You're young.
Almost. So I was 19 or 20. Yeah.
You're blown away. Like you're
right.
Totally. Like
What was even crazier about is like when I was shooting that movie, two things happened. One, the same guys that I saw in the Three Ninjas movie as the stunt team were on this movie doing the stunt work on this one. Which then brought me into my entire career where I am today. I literally met the stunt coordinator there, talked about the movie. I was like, hey, I remember you from this day and this day on Three Ninjas. Like, what do you mean? You were in that movie too? I'm like, well, I was just a background, but I remember you specifically because you were wearing this, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, and I started talking to him every single day at that point. And it just became and evolved into a friendship kind of thing. Like, hey, look, I do this all the time. I have my own martial arts school. I have my own stunt team. It's now called Rocky Mountain Stunts. That's the team I belong to. I've been with them for 24 years now at this point. I'm their top tier, student / now assistant fight coordinator. I train all the students, all that stuff. Haven't been gone since then. We've been making movies ever since. It's been a fantastic ride. Love those guys to death. really great friends of mine. But anyway, that kind of formed that friendship and that process. But at the other caveat was like, doing that movie, I found out halfway through shooting it, the character that I played, which was like the 4 henchmen of the main villain, and we had the big fight scene against the main star, right? And then there was all these other little fight scenes that happened in the movie with these little like low-level characters and stuff like that. It wasn't until halfway shooting the movie that my character, I found out, never existed in the film. But because of my audition, they wrote me in as a character role for that particular thing.
Wow.
Oh, nice. That's a pretty impressive. That's awesome.
It was amazing. And then it humbled me to no degree. And then it just made me more passionate about it and propelled me forward to continue to do what I do now.
So they saw like a spark and a talent in you.
Yeah.
Like, we have to create a character to basically give this guy a shot because he needs to be in this film.
Yep.
Wow.
It was amazing.
That's a great story, man.
Yeah, it was totally cool.
So I have to ask, Cobra Kai is really popular right now on Netflix, and it's one of my favorite series right now.
Mine too. I love it.
I know that you have a little inside story about a character from this that you work with directly.
There's technically, what do they call it? 6 degrees of separation, I guess, or something like that. There's a connection that I have with the Cobra Kai series, or Karate Kid fame in that matter. So in 2008, we were shooting a movie here in Colorado called Gathering of Heroes, Legend of the Seven Swords, which is currently streaming on Amazon Prime right now.
Can you say that again? Like, it was kind of fast and I didn't catch it. Oh,
sorry. I talked first. It's called Gathering of Heroes, Legend of the Seven Swords. It's a fantasy film. It's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, Lord of the Rings, kind of one of those fantasy film pieces. Yeah. Very low key, low budget movie, but it was made with passion with our team, and all my friends were in it. It was a great time filming it. But because of what we do, my instructor, my coordinator, director, he is good friends with like Martin Kove from the Karate Kid series. Martin Kove is John Kreese from the Karate Kid series. Yes, totally. And he's back now with Cobra Kai series right now. And in 2008, we brought him on in this role. And I found out for the character that I played, I have an acting scene with Martin Kove in this movie, and literally turns into a quick fight. And when I say fight, it's really just him punching me and I get yanked across the room as a stunt. I'm hooked up to a wire cable and I get yanked across the room, and we shot that thing all day, like 8 takes or whatever. And so that guy does not.
So he punches you, you fly across the freaking set.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so
he hits hard. He hits hard.
He's intimidating.
He pulls no punches.
Dude, on Karate Kid, in the movie, he's totally a scary bad guy. Like, how was it to work with him? How is he?
Oh my God. Okay, so let me tell you about that day. When I found out I was working with this guy, I was nervous to all degree because one, yes, he's an iconic person.
Yeah.
The guy is only ever going to be known for Karate Kid, truthfully. And he's been doing movies since early 70s and
Rambo.
way into the 80s.
He was in Rambo.
He was in Rambo. Not many people know that, though.
Yeah.
Yes, totally. See, you didn't even know. Yeah. Not many people know that he's been in these movies, and he's done all this stuff, but he'll forever be known as Karate Kid, right? And, for as long as I've been in the industry now, you hear those stories where, like, you get those, certain actors that are like, okay, yes, I did it. I did this one role, and now that's going to typecast me. Look, I'm over this. I do other stuff. I'm a professional. I can do all these other things, guys. Please just let me be me. Don't always bring me back to this. And they get kind of upset about that, right? So when I got on set for that day, I was like so nervous. I'm like, dude, I really want to talk about Karate Kid, but like, I got to be professional. I cannot say a thing. I'm not going to say a word.
Like in the corner, like doing like
exactly.
Like in the corner of the crane kick.
I really want to do the crane kick on him. Like in the middle of a day, I was like, can I just get one take when I could do that on him? That would be so awesome. No, I didn't do that. Yeah. But I really want to talk about it. I wanted to like quote lines with him and stuff, but I didn't know how he was going to be as that person. I didn't know if he was going to be like that guy. It's like, okay, dude, I get it. Yeah, karate.
Like does he really embrace that, or does he not embrace it? Like,
yeah.
Does he try to distance himself from that, or is he just very accepting of that?
So we're shooting we were shooting the first day, and we were probably like halfway through the afternoon shooting. We've been shooting for a while now. And he literally started opening up with us because he got more comfortable with everybody. And it caught me by surprise. We got through one take, and he literally spat out a Karate Kid line. He's like, "You got a problem with that, Sam?" I'm like, ah! And I was like, I freaked out at that. And then I just went nuts. And then the rest of the 2 or 3 day shoot that we were shooting together, we were literally like quoting Karate Kid lines back and forth. I was asking him a bunch of stories on him. He is one of the most humblest guys you could ever meet. He is, as intimidating as he looks, he's really down to earth, really chill. He's a great guy. I mean, I'm a big fan of his now. I literally had him sign my DVD for Karate Kid. He put "Sweep the Leg, Sam," and he would put all these things on it, quotes like crazy on the DVD. It was amazing. He's a great actor. We've used him a couple times in a few different movies of ours, and every time we've been on set together, he remembered who I was. I saw him at Comic-Con when the Karate Kids came to Comic-Con, Denver Comic-Con a couple years ago. We went and saw him, said hi. Wow. He remembered who I was, and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's a great experience. And he wasn't that person who's like, look, I get it. I'm always going to be known for this. I accept it. I embrace it. I love talking about it. And then see him now in Cobra Kai and how that series itself has re-exploded and the popularity with the newer generation and stuff. And he's back as that character again. I'm so happy for him. I'm so proud of him. I love the series. He's done a great job for his character, bringing it back in now. And he's now the villain. And it's amazing. And spoiler, if you didn't see Karate Kid or Cobra Kai series, sorry, but he is like the villain. It's awesome.
Dude, when I was a kid, Karate Kid was like a huge part of my life. Like I really loved that, the movie series when I was growing up. So when Cobra Kai came back, it was such like just a nostalgia factor of just and I can't believe they brought everybody back. Even obscure characters like his girlfriend from the first movie, Allie, was in like the last season. Like it's so amazing how they're bringing
Cam at the end. Yeah.
Oh, and the bad guy from what was it, Karate Kid 2, where he fought.
Frozen,
He even came back. So like it's so cool how you're seeing like all these old actors. But dude, I would have been so intimidated if I was you, because John Kreese like scared the bejesus out of me when I was.
He's an intimidating looking guy. He truly is.
Yeah.
He sells it every time, which is why he's perfect for it. But he's really chill, down to earth guy. He's awesome. I'm so proud of what he's doing right now with that series.
That's awesome, man.
I'm very fortunate that I have that experience to work with him. I really am.
Yeah, dude. I feel cool that you're my friend and you worked with him, because I got to say, I do lightsaber battles. Oh, have we talked about this? Okay,
no,
so
we haven't
got into this yet. Okay, so let's flash forward a little bit. So past Sam's workings with John Kreese from Karate Kid. So Sam and I both have lightsabers that are like battle capable, and we both got martial art backgrounds. I haven't talked about this at all yet on the show, but recently we decided to basically start a project where we're trying to create a YouTube series that is a fan film about two Jedi. It's called, the show is going to be called Rogue Jedi. And basically it's a showcase show for us to show off our lightsaber kind of choreography skills. And there is going to be dialogue, there's going to be storyline, but for now we're just kind of focusing on like, we're practicing on the battle scene. Right. All we've really like focused on so far is just kind of like feeling each other out. We're going out there, we're putting in the moves. I think Justin's gonna like actually like edit in like a little like maybe like a scene of us kind of battling like in here.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Right,
our fans. but yeah, dude. So
Justin, like, okay. Obviously we're geeky people, right? We're pop culture nerds. We have like a love of Harry Potter, Batman, Star Wars, Game of Thrones, whatever. That's how we all connect, right? And literally we've been talking about this, Drew. You and I have been talking about this for a couple years now.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh yeah, I totally do that. Oh, you do that? Yeah, I totally do that. Oh, I do that too. Like,
but we never acted on it. We never acted on it.
No, and it wasn't until like this post-COVID lockdown stuff. We're like, hey, I'm bored. You're bored. Let's
to get together to start.
Let's do something. Right.
Can you tell their audience what you felt about like our first few sessions? Like, did you feel that spark? Because I sure felt the spark, buddy.
Did you feel the force welling up inside you?
Oh, I felt something, man. I don't know what it was, but
I mean, I've checked you guys out. I've seen them on Instagram, and it's been like your battle scenes.
Yeah, he posted like
they're legit. Like, and you're getting like. I didn't realize that you're filming with one camera, like how you're editing that together. I thought, you've got multicam set up, and I was like, oh no. So, he told me that it was one, so you were redoing it, but it looks so like, flawless. It just looked amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Here's the fun part is like, he's now learning what it is to be what I do in the movie industry, like how we film fight scenes or action sequences for film. And like, it's take after take after take after take after take. And your stamina and
it's exhausting.
It's totally exhausting. Yeah, absolutely. You have to do multiple angles. So you're doing one, we call it a master shot first. You film the entire fight with one angle first, right? The entire fight.
And that
then
is
you go for your cut-ins. And he's like, what does that mean? I'm like, oh, let me show you. And he'd be like, can we stop? I need to breathe. No, dude, I get it.
If you could see us like doing this, like we do like a take and then like I'm just about collapsing, like out of breath, just sweating like an old man. Then I'm like, okay, let's do another one.
But just let me tell you about this. Like, we've been talking about this forever, and we finally like. I'm down. I'm down for whatever. I'm always like game to do whatever you want to do with this kind of stuff because I'm the geeky guy. I'm the action guy. I'm like, absolutely, this is my forte. This is what I love to do. So we've been talking about it for a long time. Like, okay, he's just, it's just one of those talks. We're never gonna get to do it. What? Finally, he's like, let's get together. I want to fight. Let's choreograph. It's like, I'm down. We met at a park one day, not too far from his home, and
I was scared. I was so nervous because I know his background. Right. I've got a martial art background too. Like I was a brown belt in Taekwondo. He's like a second degree black belt. So like second degree black belt kind of trumps brown belt. But I'm like, I was a good brown belt though. Like I beat some black belts in tournaments, like not to toot my own horn, but beep. So I was like, I can keep up. Yeah.
So I knew that, but I didn't know exactly what his skill level was really going to be like. Mm-hmm. So, the teacher in me is like, I got to take it step by step, slow it down, and start that whole training process of making somebody learn how to do what we do. And he caught on first off, you caught on very fast. But plus you have a geek knowledge and love for what we do with this kind of stuff, right? So you caught on very fast. And when I was very actually impressed by it. So I'm like, okay, I can work with this. We can come up with something freaking epic now because you have the skill. I've got the skill. I also have the knowledge base of how to film it and make it look good. Because you see some of these things that are out there on YouTube, these guys that are throwing together in their backyards and stuff. Right. We have an opportunity to do something. So here's what's funny about this, Justin. We initially started this process by saying, hey, you know what? They do these cool little lightsaber fights and they put it on this like Star Wars fan tournament, or competition thing where they just do live fighting and then they get judged on it. It's like, we could totally do that. Like, yeah, let's do that. That's what it started out to be.
Yeah.
What I love is Drew's passion for what he does and how he gets in so much, like you like overanalyze everything and you bring so much, depth to it. Like it blew up from like, let's just like create this fun little fight to put on YouTube and showcase our skills and like maybe enter that into their competition one day to like, what'd be cool? We should get costumes. Oh yeah, that'd be fun. I'm down to cosplay. Absolutely. Let's do that.
It gradually progressed.
And then it went into like, what if we like created like background stories for this whole thing? I'm like, okay, sure. We could do that. Well, what about this? And now let's make it, what if we had dialogue and now we're literally we're writing a full-fledged film essentially that we're going to cut into like a web series. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, and it's just two of us at this moment. Like, how are we going to make this work? The story's coming out great. We keep going back and forth on the storyline, but like, could be a really full-fledged thing that we joined as a quick little passion to like, let's just fight in a park with lightsabers. It'd be totally cool. Oh my God. Right. But I love that about you, dude. That's what I totally love about you. Like you overanalyze it. You want to talk about it. You're so passionate about what you do. You do a lot of research, which, oh man, it's amazing, which then inspires me. Because then we're like, oh, let's do this, this, and this. I'm like, oh yeah, I can totally do that.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I think every fight tells a story. And I was thinking to myself, well, let's really dive into these characters' backstories and like, let's actually write like something that's intriguing. Because for me, like if I see like two characters fight, yeah, that's cool. But if I actually care about the characters and there's actually like a storyline that like gets you hooked, now that's entertainment. So for me, like
add some drama in there, have a little drama, a little backstory, and then have some fight scenes and I could see it. I can see it in my mind,
I think it's gonna be epic when it's all said and done. But I mean the whole thing about it is like you said like, let's like create a story off of the action and stuff. That's kind of what we do in the stunt world. Like we literally act by telling physical action. Right? Mm-hmm. Being able to sell a hit, if somebody gets punched in the face, does it feel like I actually took that hit? Did it seem like it was intentional? Was it dangerous? Did I feel the pain? We're acting in a physical manner versus physical dialogue, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what we do as performers, as stunt performers. We're creating a story by giving physical dialogue, and that's kind of like how this all comes about with what we're doing now. And then we've expounded upon that by actually creating an actual dialogue, an actual script, an idea of what our characters are actually experiencing this whole project and why we become what we say the title of the show is, Rogue Jedi. And how that all comes together. So I'm excited about what we're coming up with. This is gonna be freaking epic when we're done.
Absolutely. You're getting me excited about it too. So you said you had a title or somewhat of a title, you said?
Yeah, it's called Rogue Jedi. It's literally called Rogue Jedi.
It's called Rogue Jedi. And I don't know if we want to do spoilers, Sam. Like maybe we should kind of like shy away from giving like specifics.
That's cool.
But I want it to like really impact when it comes out. And I think the storyline is like just incredible. And I don't want to like give away like any kind of like plot points or like, because there's points where like we're friends, and then like there's points where we're like actually trying to kill each other. Then there's points where, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Let's not.
So you guys, I know you've been talking about this, but so you're actually writing. You guys have actually been putting pen to paper and writing and getting scripts and getting things. Okay.
Kind of,
We've got a very rough outline going right now. As far as like actual specific scripts, like that still requires like I need to sit down like pound this stuff out. But But right now, like we've just got like a very rough overview, so it's
that's still impressive. I mean, it's a lot of work. I mean, Sam, you being in the film industry, you understand like what goes into something like this, you know. So.
Yeah, he doesn't understand that, but like it's going to take a lot of work when it's all said and done. But when we get there, it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be epic. It's going to be amazing. And you know what I love about it? It's really challenging me in my industry too to learn a new skill set that I didn't really have. I understand it. But I'm more like I'm in front of the camera. I'm the showman 100%. Like I'm vain as shit. I mean, like I love watching my fights and things I do on camera. Like I'm
watching me,
but to be behind the camera and like all the other stuff, like, I'm now learning that. I'm like I'm enjoying this process a little bit. I'm kind of getting into it.
Yeah.
And now you guys are playing writer, director, producer.
You're doing
you two guys are doing all of that stuff, as well as acting in front of the camera. So
yeah.
And I'm lucky too because my wife actually she went to film school for a while. I think I told you that, Sam. Did I tell you that?
Yeah, you did. We're rep by the same agent.
Right. Yeah. So I guess what I'm trying to say with my wife is she kind of knows like she's talking about like specifics. She's like, okay, so are you guys gonna have like a boom mic? Are you guys gonna like mic yourselves up? Like I'm like, I haven't thought about that, but I'm glad you brought it up.
Well, it's a good thing I know people in the industry. I mean,
yeah. So we'll figure it out. It might be a little longer than I anticipated before we get like a final production, but like it's fun though, just like ramping up to it. Like we're like each step is just kind of like this, like it's fun. So
and well, let's not like get it, like the battles that we're gonna create. And because it's going to take so long, it's just going to be that more epic because we have more time to refine and like really create something special.
Absolutely. And I'm so excited to do this with you. And like, I appreciate you as a friend and as a professional.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to like actually like create something like this with you because I consider you like, you're a professional in the industry and I'm just kind of like, I feel lucky that you're like bringing me along for this ride. So
thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is fantastic.
Sam, thanks for being on our show. And
I love it. This is great.
Yeah, dude. Hey, Justin,
thank you for letting me be your first guest. This is cool.
Yeah, you got anything, Justin? You want to wrap this up, or how you feeling?
No, just did you want to? What was your movie? You said you had a movie on Amazon, and then do you want to plug your movie and then plug maybe your Instagram and some places where people can find you? So
sure. There's 4 films that I have currently right now on Amazon Prime. The one that was The Gathering of Heroes, Legend of the Seven Swords. Star Raiders, The Adventures of Saber Rain. That stars Casper Van Dien. It's an homage to the old 1930s version of the Flash Gordon serials back in the day.
Nice.
So that's out there now. And there's one that I did in 1990 called Dragon and the Hawk, a little action film there. And then the newest one I just did back in 2 years ago, like 2019, just got released to Amazon Prime and is now coming to DVD this month, called The Healing Garden, which is actually a really it's like a heartfelt movie. It's actually completely. I did one stunt in it. I actually fall down the stairs for the actual lead actor.
I saw that.
But I had an actual acting role in it too, which was kind of fun. So it's a faith-based kind of movie, but it's very family oriented and very really inspirational. So which I love to do, which was fantastic. So that's now on Amazon Prime too as well. And I'm actually about ready to start at the end of the month a pilot for a TV series for a Western called Raven and Blackjack. That's about to shoot here soon. So I'm excited about that.
That's exciting. Yeah, that's really cool, man.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Cool. Well, thank you for coming on our show and being guest
Justin,
number 1.
You.
And
thank you.
And we'll probably be catching up with you here in the future at some point. So
absolutely, my pleasure. I would love to come back. That'd be freaking fantastic.
Sweet.
All right, Sam. Thanks for being on the show, buddy.
Thanks, Drew. I appreciate it, man. Absolutely.
All right, that's our show, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. And this is our first interview episode starring Sam Del Rio. So, all right, guys, we'll catch you next time.
All right.
All right, that's our show. Thanks for watching Stay at Home Dads.
You know the drill, guys. Blah, blah, blah. Hit that like button, subscribe.
We'll catch you on the flip side.